Xian is a huge city, and walking around it I was reminded by a quote that I remember from Pulp Fiction. They got the same shit they do over here, just here it's a little different. As you can see, just strolling through the place, fruits, vegetables, consumer goods are all the same. You have to get around pretty much above ground, because Xian is such an ancient city. It's one of those cities that's so old you don't know if you're going to hit an ancient manuscript that's from some religious text written in the first person. So when they do build a subway, they have to go inches at a time, because they don't know what the next archaeological find might be. You visit the vast city wall, and here you can see how big it is, noticing the dancing grandmas on the way. Dancing grandmas. But here, I found a vibrant nightlife. The odd thing is as you walk around, it's a great spot. I can't believe it wasn't packed. For some reason, the towns seem to shut down, even though they're huge, around 9 o'clock. By 11, 1 o'clock, the streets would be almost completely empty. You'll see this later. But I was on a quest. I had found a brewery called Near Wall Brewing. Walking in, the first thing I noticed, I needed a better camera. Here's a picture I stole off the internet of what it looks like in the daytime. Man, I wish I had a better camera or took a picture with my phone. Probably would have come out a whole lot better. Walking in, they were playing a soccer match. Apparently there was some big tournament going on. I'm not a soccer fan. Allowing those sports fanatics to go out. It was a great atmosphere. It was also 90 some odd degrees and really humid. And I actually got into a conversation real quickly. The conversation was, what's the best summertime beer? I personally went for one of their wheat beers, as you can see here. I think that personally worked just well. They were encouraging me to have their Pilsner, which was also very good, but I wanted something with a little more body to it. And the wheat just really kind of passed along a lot more coolness. Although I don't think coolness is a word. If a brewery or a bar is like the only time you can watch a sport that you're not really that interested in and have a good time doing it, it was great. All the beers on tap were good, and even having discussions about what they were doing. Then came for the surprise of the trip. There's nothing like sitting down and then getting shocked. What is that? Amazing. Simply amazing. I came to China thinking that, oh, I knew everything about beer. They weren't going to show me anything new, and here I was. First, it was the tea brew. Now it's this, the Tower of Beer. I didn't think they would innovate. I've never seen anything like that in the United States. Holds 6 pints, and it works a whole lot better than a pitcher. Just fill up your glass at the spigot as much as you want. It was a great tool. I loved it. I guess probably we don't have this in the States because it would probably be illegal the first thing. Because everything that comes out with the beer nowadays seems to be illegal first. We seem to have to fight in order to get growlers sold. Or to be able to can. But enough about the States. More about the Tower of Beer. It's hard not to call it like a holy event. We had a big debate on the beer that was inside. It was a brewery test brew. It was a strawberry wheat. The strawberry itself was great, and it had one of the things that you absolutely must have in a beer, drinkability. Drinkability is the ability to drink glass after glass after glass of it, and this had it. Now, it may not have had a great wheat component to it. The haze was actually pretty clear, which is what I found confusing. I wouldn't have called it a strawberry wheat. But that was besides the point. The beer itself was good. Maybe this is one of those conversations you have of the pros and cons of AstroTurf, where it really means nothing in the end. But drinking, having a good time, and having fun leads to the next big adventure, wandering the streets afterwards. You know, watching this footage, I realized this needs to be a more structured format. It needs to be more of a show so you can hear the brewers, hear them talk about their brews, get their thoughts on the area, and maybe a few subjects of the day. And I'm going to start that when I get back to Rochester. Town on Xian taught me a few things. First, looking over the footage. You should never bring a camera that you can't review the footage that same day. Having to look at it on this laptop, getting back from China was just a bad idea. You see a lot of distortion because of the lens I was using. And because the audio. China is one of the best places to do it, as you can see here, especially in fast motion. Walking around, seeing the Great Wall, and thinking those thoughts. I have to think that some invading army that was coming up to Xian and saw this Great Wall, there had to be a soldier who thought, man, we're going to attack this? Whose bright idea was that?